Okay, so now it's time for everyone's favourite segment of the week. It's called Your Lorehammer or Yourhammer. It's one way around. Yourhammer or Lorehammer?
Your Lorehammer or Yourhammer.
That's the one.
That's the
we
official
got it.
title.
That's the name.
Yeah, it's Tom and Ben's silly game where each of us tells 2 Warhammer lore stories, one of which is 100% accurate Lorehammer, the other is made-up bullshit Yourhammer.
Whoa.
Which will it be? Nobody
Who
knows.
You decide.
I've got 2 stories for you today, Tom.
Okay, right.
Both about this guy.
What's his name?
Malekith.
Vect.
Vect. He looks a lot like Vect, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Apart from Vect has got a much bigger head. What is that guy called? The one with the sexy slave girls?
Yeah, Astrobel Vect. Boom.
I know all of the evil elves.
You sure do. Turns out they're not very different from each other.
It turns out they're pretty much the fucking same thing.
Yeah. So this evil elf is Malekith, the Witch King. King of all the Dark Elves.
Right.
And theoretically, king of all the elves ever. True heir of Anarion.
Is he?
Burned in the flames of the Phoenix.
Did he get burnt in the flames? That means he's not the true king.
Well, he is literally the son of the king.
But if the fire
And the
doesn't,
fire,
if
like,
the fire
rejected
rejects you, because that's like there's a magic phoenix egg or so. I don't know. And
So
people touch
in the
it
end
and they catch
times,
fire.
it turns out that although he got burnt in the flames and rejected, and then they elected someone else to be king, the end times decided that actually the phoenix was just like testing him, and if he'd stayed in there for like 2 seconds longer, it would have been like, "You survived. I heal you. You're the chosen one." Just got to make sure you change all the lore in the end times.
I think I'd prefer it if they were like, if the phoenix was like, "Oh, you weren't worthy then, but all of the struggles that has now
you had
made
to learn the lessons of humility or whatever.
Yeah,
now you are worthy. That
Now
would be way better.
the fire. See, it does nothing to you, Malekith. And take off your armor. I can't take off my
Turns
armor. Oh, I'm beautiful underneath, and they just haven't taken it off for years.
I've healed.
Oh, thanks, Phoenix.
Yeah, it turns out the fire was like your own self-doubt burning you.
Yes, that was it.
Now you've learnt the power of self-belief.
And then they like high five and like fly around.
And then he
like,
flies on the back of the bird.
Yeah. And they play like sort of like soft rock music. Okay.
Oh my God, I love it.
So
this phoenix is like a sorting hat?
I think so.
And it's like,
A
you're a dark elf. Blech, I burn you.
A very aggressive, like Saw-esque sorting hat. That, if you're not worthy, it kills you. Man, Harry Potter would be way more exclusive.
Well, everyone who's in Slytherin has just got horrible 3rd-degree burns all over their body.
Yeah, and like if like a muggle manages to like sneak their way in,
shit.
I imagine it like just clamps
immolated.
down and like, probably
Devours
like
their head.
Yeah, just bites their head off. The corpse like just flops to the ground. You never get to see that shot in the first movie when they're sorting the kids, but all the corpses around of all the unworthy.
Or just they were low-tier magic users.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have enough whatever magic it is you need in Harry Potter.
Yeah, because you don't want like your prestigious school having all the plebs in. Like, I'm not allowed to go to Oxford University.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm dumb.
Where are all the Polytechnic wizards going?
Exactly. Yeah, they get rid of those because you don't want
God.
to. Well, you don't want to dilute all the good magic blood, do you?
Right. Yeah, pure. Sure.
Yeah.
That's what that school's about.
So, isn't that what the story's about? I don't know.
There was definitely mentioned it a few times. Was involved somehow.
So, Malekith.
Malekith, yeah.
Right. So you've got 2 stories about
I've got 2
Malekith.
stories about Malekith's mounts. Okay.
His mount.
Yeah. So Malekith has had famously 2 different mounts. He's had the black chariot and his black dragon.
Oh, I remember the dragon. There was a model of him, wasn't there?
There was. Well, there's been models for both.
Oh, I don't remember the chariot.
So what happened is, there was a big civil war in Ulthuan, and the Dark Elves and the High Elves fought, and eventually he was defeated and pushed back, and they fled to Nagarond, the land of Chill.
Okay.
So during that big civil war, his dragon died. Sad times.
Oh.
So he stole a clutch of dragon eggs from Calador
Right.
before he fled to Nagarond.
Okay.
But it takes like hundreds of years to hatch a dragon egg and train the hatchling and let it grow and bond with you and all that shit. So for those hundreds of years while he was like raising a new dragon mount, he rode on the black chariot. He built like a super heavy mega chariot pulled by cold ones that was just for him. And so petty and evil and bitter was Malekith, was that he decreed, "No one else may ride a chariot but me. I am the only one worthy of such an amazing mount." Everyone else got to ride like manticores and cold ones and dark Pegasuses, but no chariots for you, only the best for me, even though chariot's like not the best mount. Until he had finished raising his black dragon. Like it had grown big enough and strong enough for him to ride it. At which point he went, "Chariots are for losers.
Chariots suck. No one can ride a dragon but me."
And he said, so then he like cancelled his decree that no one else but him could ride in a chariot. And then said, very select people, he would gift people chariots. And then they are like the favored of Malekith. So everyone who's riding a chariot post him having a black dragon is like allowed like a chariot license that he's like given them.
Sure. Okay, right. Wow.
And he finds it hilarious because it turns out like looking after cold ones, hard, right? Cold ones, they're not like horses. You don't like raise them and like they're tame. You capture them and you break their will and they're like horrible, snappy, murderous raptor beasts, right? That pull these chariots. So to deal with cold ones, you have to like cover yourself in their slime. Okay, they have like this horrible ooze that comes out of them.
Right.
And you have to cover yourself in the cold one slime, and then they think you're like a cold one too.
Okay, it's like the camel piss.
Yeah. So, but it turns out like cold one slime is like this sort of toxic.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna say, just going in, I'm not really believing this one. I'm just like I've not heard the other one yet. I'm not like super believing this one so far.
Okay. So you have to cover yourself in this like toxic slime that like renders all your senses like numb and and gives you like you get poisoned and you can't feel or smell or taste anything.
Okay.
Okay. So when he was like, but Malekith didn't have to do that because he is already burnt to fuck and has super magic powers. He didn't have to cover himself in like slime. So when he was like, "Oh, I bless you, you may ride a chariot, proud elven nobleman." Lol, jokes on him. So he like rides in the chariot because I've got to show off that I'm favored by the Witch King. I'm allowed a chariot.
Okay.
Oh no, I've got to cover myself in the slime now. Oh, gross. Oh, now I can't feel anything or smell or taste anything. Shit. Okay. And so Malekith is like, ha ha ha, I tricked them. I made them do the thing.
The pleb nobles.
While he's flying around on a dragon.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it makes him feel like a big dom.
Okay.
His like sub.
Yeah.
nobles.
Okay, right.
And that's the story of chariots in Dark Elf society.
Yeah. What about, like, you get Cold One Knights? Do they have to do the same thing?
Yeah, they slime boys too.
Right, okay. I can't remember, like, did they have a Cold One chariot model with the old little raptors before they had one with the derpy cow, the ones with the big square heads, didn't they?
Yeah, there was a Cold One chariot with the derpy cow raptors. Then there was a new one with the new slick.
Yeah, the new slick raptors look great. But okay, cool. What is your other story?
My other story is
I'm just saying I'm already quite skeptical of the slime one.
So the other story is once he got his dragon, like raised it. He declared like a big war, like we're going to take back Ulthuan. It's been hundreds of years. I've like raised my forces. I've trained up. I've leveled up. I've got all my boys ready. I've got my dragon. Bam. Elf War 2, Electric Boogaloo. So he invades and he like gets really far in. He like takes one of the gates, Eagle Gate, Griffin Gate, whichever one it was. And then he has like a big duel with some other high elf dragon guy.
Sure.
And his black dragon is killed.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck!
He just got that. Come on, Malekith.
So what he does is he doesn't want to go back to riding a chariot like a fucking plan.
Okay, right.
So what he does is he goes to like one of his beastmasters that he's like been raising all the other dragons with. Because obviously when he stole the dragon eggs, he stole like a bunch, not just one.
Okay.
So he's had like loads of backup dragons raised.
Oh, right.
But they've like bonded with their like beastmasters. And when he tries to like ride someone else's dragon as like a spare mount, it like tries to attack him and won't let him like ride it. And he tries to use his magic because that's his answer to everything. He's a fucking super wizard. But like dragons are like old magical creatures, and they're not as easily tricked as like a little cold one is. So it still doesn't let him ride it.
Okay, right.
So what he does is he thinks about it, and he's like,
Slime? Is it slime?
Nearly. What he does is he executes the beastmaster who trained the dragon, and he makes like a magic elixir from the beastmaster's organs. He like blends this guy up, distills the essence of beastmaster into like a cologne that he can like, and then when he comes to the dragon's like, oh, right, it's my beastmaster man. You smell just like him. Or at least like a liquidated liver version of him.
Yeah.
And then that's his new dragon mount. But he's worried that when he runs out of elixir to make him smell like the Beastmaster, that the dragon will turn on him.
Okay.
So when he's going to like run low, he's going to make sure the dragon like gets killed in battle before he has to deal with that problem.
That makes sense.
And he's already got like a whole bunch of new dragon eggs being trained by other Beastmasters, but he doesn't, none of them know
that they get put in the blender and
to make like ode to Beastmaster perfume.
Okay. Wow.
So there we go. 2 stories of Malekith's mounts and various odors.
That stinky Malekith thing. Okay, right. I think I've already solved this one now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna shock and horror you by I'm actually gonna say the first one is true, and the second one, I feel like the second one you made up after reading the first one, because they both have smell. Even though I hate the first one, is dumb as heck. Yeah,
wow, you turned.
Yeah,
you were
the big
story's not true. That story's definitely true.
Yeah, well, I think it was only like hearing the second one being like, that feels like a tamer version of the other one, right?
Is it tamer? He's blended a guy.
It's true, but it doesn't have all of the other like wacky side effects of like, they can't taste or smell, and it burns, and they're unhappy, and there's like the pettiness of the chariots and stuff, and seems ridiculous. I kind of hate both of them. I really do. They both like. This is always going to be a tough one because I don't really know Dark Elf lore. I knew he had a dragon. I knew he'd been burnt. I know his mom's Marathi. Does he have the Sword of Cain? I don't know.
No, he wants it.
It's like, yeah, that's the limit of my knowledge. So
yeah,
they could be true, and I don't really know a lot about the Dark Elves outside of like very obvious stuff, or some like unit descriptions. So both of them could be true. Both of them could be false. Either, but
oh yeah, that's true. I haven't used my both are true or both are false card yet.
Yeah. Maybe they are both true. There's a lot of rubbing smells on you. No, I'm gonna just fall for the trick. I'm gonna take the first one. It's stupider, therefore funnier. It is a lot like the things with people have to put the camel piss on themselves, and that's like a funny trick, right? Where don't they say that? I'm not sure if that does work or if it doesn't.
I've heard of it. I don't know how true that story is. That camels are like don't like to be ridden, but if you get camel piss on you, then they're not so upset about it.
But I'm sure someone has told me that, like, camel handlers, if they see like a dickhead foreigner, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you have to rub camel piss like on you." Otherwise, you can't.
Why? Okay, you first.
And they're like, "Oh no! I work with them. They know me, but you're a strange smelling thing." And they do it, and they're all laughing as you drench yourself in piss.
Yeah, it's like getting the Chinese symbol tattooed on you.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say, God, the fucking cold one ooze. Would they ooze? Like they live in caves? Maybe. Yeah, fucking
wow.
That one.
You've locked onto a different part of this story. I thought the stupid part of this story was that Malekith was like, only I may ride in chariots, no chariots for anyone else. But you're like, wow, the The slime is the weird
The slime is the bit that annoys me most about it, not the chariot part. Like, a bit of me can see that, but I don't know. Like, would he do that? Now you mention that, because he fought in the wars against the demons or something.
Yeah, because Anarian was the high elf who like united the tribes and fought against the demons, the first Chaos invasion, and Malekith was his son, so I guess he would have been there.
But then, he was like the general, right? Was he in charge, or did he lead the army?
Well, Anarian was like the general.
Oh, okay.
So I guess Malekith was probably like, it's probably like a case of like, like Philip and of Macedon and Alexander, right? Like where Philip was
Classically a case of
where Malekith was like the young hotshot, but not quite in charge of everything because his dad like is more experienced. But then if his dad dies, like he takes over.
Yeah, I was just thinking like I feel like Malekith is a bit more practical. Of like, if chariots are good, everyone use chariots because they're really good. And wouldn't be like, only I can have the chariot because I'm the special one. That feels made up. At this stage, I honestly don't know. I kind of like, this is what I need to commit early.
Because you talk yourself out of things.
Otherwise, I like talk myself around to either side and can justify.
You could justify anything with Warhammer lore.
Yeah.
It could all be true.
I can't even really remember what the second one was. Oh, it was Blender Man.
Yeah, blend up the rub yourself with ooze of Beastmaster to ride a dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one, even though I don't know about the chariot bit, but the goo, cold one goo, sure, that sounds dumb. That one is true.
Okay.
The other one is false.
Like, chariots are true, dragons are false.
Yeah, is my call. Just because it felt like the dragon one was a bit tamer, and I don't think he would have gone more ham. And it wasn't even, I don't know. I'm committing.
Okay. Oh, you're right. You've done it again,
Wow!
Tom. Chariots is true.
Oh,
Lorehammer.
shit.
And dragons is made up of
fuck me.
Yourhammer.
Wow. Okay. God, if the other story was just a little more different, I would never have believed that first one. It's only
Believe it or not, I actually made them up the other way around. I made up the dragon thing, and then I was like, right, I need to go find a dumb, true
really
dark elf thing.
Oh, shit.
And then I read on like a forum that Malekith said, only I may ride in chariots. And I thought, that's fucking dumb. Where's that? And it took me ages to find it because there wasn't like no source.
Oh.
But I even prepared it because I didn't believe it. Where is it? Like in this, because it turns out in the 4th ed Dark Elf book, it's literally, you can't have a chariot unless it's Malekith's chariot. They don't exist in the rules.
Really?
And then in the 6th ed one, they brought in Cold One chariots as like a new unit. And it says here, like, he has now renounced his decree that only he and no other was worthy of such a mount.
Oh my god, okay, sure. Fuck me.
The fucking dumbest thing in the world.
So is the Cold One slime stuff true?
Yeah, that's true. All Cold One knights have like, to become a Cold One Knight, they have sacrificed they may never feel the touch of another person. They'll never taste anything ever again.
Oh my God.
They'll never smell anything ever again.
Okay, because the chariot bit, I was like, that wasn't the big hang
I
up
thought
at
you
all.
knew the Cold One bit already.
No.
I thought that Cold One slime thing was like common knowledge.
No, not at all. No, I had no idea. Great price to pay. The poison numbs the senses. No longer taste food and feel touch. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't know that bit. Because I'm sure maybe I haven't read this book. I think I've read the 4th ed one.
Yeah, it's in there too. I've just brought this up because while I was doing it, I had a quick look for like Marathi lore because we were debating whether or not whether Malekith bangs his mum or not, and we couldn't find an answer.
Yeah.
So I went back to the 4th ed book, and here it is. Of all the Dark Elves, she alone holds any influence over the Witch King, for she is his mother, and it is rumoured his ancient and unholy lover also.
Her ancient unholy lover, Asso.
Azzo.
Azzo.
And then I thought, have they kept this up? So I went to the 7th
They have to have retconned that, surely.
And now it just says, Something about unnatural relation. Here it is. Morathi is totally dedicated to her son, and he is to her. And although some would say their relationship is unnatural, so they've backtracked it a bit.
Yeah, they've got rid of their sexy mother and son loving times.
Although I feel like that's still an insinuation. An unnatural relationship is could be either.
Yeah. Okay.
So there we go. That question has also been wrapped up.
Wow.
Boom.
Well
done.
Yeah, holy shit. Wow. Good job.
Thanks.
So, are you ready for some
Yeah,
more?
hit me with some Lorehammer.
Okay, so I've got a pair of them. You like the World Eaters, right?
Well,
They're your favorites.
I like their color scheme.
This guy. Pew pew.
Looks great.
Is that like just World Eaters artwork? Sure. Blammo! Fuck you!
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so are you familiar with the World Eater known as Firehands?
Is that actually his name?
Firehands!
Firehands!
Okay,
Is he good friends with Scissor Punch?
Scissor Punch. Well, interesting you say that because Firehands, he gets his name because he used to have a heavy plasma cannon.
Ooh.
But overheated, and now he's known as Firehands.
Did it blow his hands off when
I think it kind of like blew his hands off, and now he's got like sort of like flamey hands.
Has he got like robot hands?
Fuck knows, but he's known as Firehands.
Okay, sure.
But Firehands, he made a pact with a demon because all the other Chaos Space Marines weren't very nice to him, and but the pact went south.
Okay.
And to keep the demon in line, because as a demon pact is often wants to do, the demon, he's going to trick you. He's going to turn on you. And so to keep his demon in line, old Firehands has a threat that he uses on his demon,
sure.
which is that he will eat his demon alive and then shit him out. And then because the demon will live through the whole process.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what he threatens to do to his demon.
And is that easy to like control a demon?
Well,
is there one weakness?
The demon does not want to go through the digestive system and then getting pooped out of him.
Wow.
I
hate that. That sounds dumb as fuck. 'Cause I feel like a demon would just be like, I'll fucking possess you. If you eat me, I'll possess you. But apparently not. And why would a demon care about being pooped?
I imagine it's probably not the most pleasant process.
No, but if you're like an ethereal, immortal nether like entity from beyond the realm of the universe.
Yeah, being pooped out of someone's asshole.
It's another fucking poop story.
It's a poop story. Actually, yeah, both of my stories have a loose kind of butt theme. I managed to get some ones with butts.
Hooray! Okay, well, I can't just dismiss a poop story out of hand because I know you go out of your way to find poop
I
stories.
really dig super deep. So it does Firehands.
Firehands, the World Eater, wants to poop a demon out.
Does he want to do that?
Sure.
So how familiar are you with crotalids?
Never heard of them.
You've never heard of crotalids?
What's a crotalid?
Okay, well, probably. Crotalids, man. God, you can't read a single passage in 40k lore without coming across crotalids.
Right.
So there's a little story about the pleasure planet Colonica.
Oh.
Have you ever gone to Colonica? Are you familiar with Colonica?
I hope I never need to visit Colonica.
So
how's their irrigation system?
Pretty good. Well, no, Colonica is a pleasure planet.
Oh.
And so I like to picture, that's where all the sexy teens they're going. It's where highborn
spring break. It's Imperial spring break planet.
Yeah, sure. And highborn nobles go to Colonica to party. They've got beaches. Oh, lovely. Colonica, just beautiful place.
Right.
But that's until crotalids turn up. Crotalids, spacefaring, teleporting crocodiles. 700 pounds. Teeth the size of daggers. Crotalids.
Right, of course. The dreaded crotalids.
Crotalids.
They sound a lot like Klieg.
The Klieg. No, but they're space teleporting crocodiles.
Okay, can they just go from planet to planet?
Yep.
And just turn up at any time?
Yep.
Always expect the crotalids.
Crotalids, they will teleport to your planet, and they're giant crocodiles, crotalids. They can even take down a space marine. Boom.
Boom.
Crotalid.
Wow, what happened?
They eat loads of highborn nobles.
They only go to that planet?
So they teleport all around, but I'm talking specifically about Colonica.
That one time they ate all the partying nobles on the Mardi Gras beach of Colonica.
Yeah. Like, so, I'm like, picture like a real,
Did any butt stuff
70s horror movie, like The Swarm or The Birds or something.
Right.
It's a party, or like Jaws.
I'm imagining Piranha.
Yeah,
3D.
Piranha is great. Especially, I was thinking the old Piranha. Piranha.
Yeah.
But crotalids. And so, you're splashing around, and then all of a sudden, flashes of light, and hundreds and hundreds of space teleporting crocodiles turn up and eat all of your highborn noble children.
Wow.
Crotalids.
It's fucking bananas. Hate it.
You don't like crotalids?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly in keeping with the aesthetic of the 41st millennium, is it? Doesn't mean it's not true. Plenty of weird, dumb shit in this universe. I feel like you've probably dumbed them up a bit for this story. You seem very, very proud of this 70s, like, B-movie.
Crotalids.
Like, motif.
Yeah. That's like, as I was thinking about it, was like, God, this would be such a good movie. We could make this stupid movie. And there's so little, like, 40K in it. So, yeah.
Man.
What do you think?
I can't imagine. Like, all the 40K books I've read, people are not planet hopping very often. Like, Imperial nobles are usually not just, like, skipping off world. They usually stay in their, like, spires. I want to ask loads of questions about the crotalids. But I feel like you're not really allowed to ask too many questions in Yourhammer or Lorehammer, or it breaks the game.
Yeah. I'd rather you, you got to work it out.
I feel like you've made it sound as dumb as humanly possible, and I'm not sure if that's to disguise the fact that it's actually like a reasonable story that makes sense, but you've made it sound dumber than it is to trick me. Or if you've just fucking doubled down on the dum-dums because the other story sounds like bullshit as well. So what am I supposed to pick? You've gone out of your way to make them both sound unbelievable. Maybe that's the new meta. Fucking Firehands. You sure his name's Firehands and not just fucking like Inferno Manus or something? Is that a translation or his literal name?
Firehands.
Firehands.
It might be, I might be wrong. It might be Firefist. Right. It's something like that. Firehands, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the thing a world eater would do. Really stupid and unsubtle and angry. But it's dumb. I don't believe either of them are true.
What? How dare you?
But you've just given me two different flavors of fucking nonsense.
Yeah. I wanted them to be very far apart.
I'm very disappointed no butt stuff happened on Colonica 7.
It's Colonica. It's called Colonica. Yeah, it's down on the beaches. It's not in the, the irrigation emporiums.
No. Is that part of the treatment? You go there for a spa weekend and you get irrigated?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
But then, crotalids.
Yeah, you're going to wish you still had an ass left.
Yeah.
After the crotalids.
After the crotalids get you teleporting to a cinema near
Maybe that's
you.
it. Maybe they want to eat people, but they don't like eating people full of poop. So they go to the planet where they know you've been flushed out.
Oh.
To have a clean dinner.
That's true. Like removing the poop trek out of a prawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so...
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna have to just guess. I can't logic this one out. They're both fucking super dumb. They both could have happened, and you've described them in a dumb way. I would rather the crotalids were true, so I choose to believe the crotalids.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
When in doubt, go with my heart.
Holy shit, you are 100% right. Crotalids are true.
Oh my god! How? Why? Explain yourself.
So crotalids, I didn't even cover like half of their shenanigans,
God.
but I kind of just latched more onto. So they're a creature from the Dark Heresy, from the Death Watch role-playing game,
Okay.
where they are giant, super aggressive crocodiles.
Can we find these guys?
Yeah.
Show me a picture.
Crotalid. Here,
Oh
this
wow,
is,
they're
this
not
is,
even people. They
this-
are just giant crocodiles. I thought they would have like teleporting backpack technology.
No. So crotalids,
Okay.
when they eat all of the food in their area, they teleport to a random planet within 10 light years of them.
How do they know they're landing on a planet, not just
No
appearing
one-
in the void of space?
No one knows, but it does say that that they're not like super smart because they might teleport to like an ice world and then just all die.
Right, so sometimes it's just deserts
it's
full of
not.
dead crocodiles.
Yeah. Like they found just
So
like
they have enough homing instinct to land always on a planet, or is there like a planet that's got like the rings of Saturn, but it's made out of dead crocodiles?
oh my god.
Because the crocodiles just appear in space and
Appear
get dragged into
nearby.
the gravity well of a planet.
It could be a thing.
Okay, I like it more now.
But yeah, so they can randomly teleport to planets. You can't have more than 3 in one place, otherwise they
Why?
might teleport away.
What?
Because
Because they're like, oh, you're eating here already. Are they
Yeah.
is there an etiquette? Of
Something like that.
I'm so sorry. I did
So
not
sorry.
realize this
Well, no,
was
so
taken.
they all teleport together because apparently the Adeptus Mechanus.
oh, what? They reach
they-
critical mass.
Yeah, and then they just
And they just boop.
see ya.
Right.
And so then there's a little like story of them teleporting to Colonica, where the highborn nobles would go to party on the beaches, and they get attacked by crotalids.
I love it. Amazing. Just could you imagine that? You're literally on your posh spa weekend,
And
just
then
fucking bam, teleporting
Boom!
crocodile.
Thousands and thousands of like, and they're meant to be like giant crocodiles
Oh
that
my
can
God.
kill like a space marine. So they're pretty bad. But I do have sad news for you. Firefist is true as well. Both were true.
Both were true. Oh no!
Firefist is true. I've even got the line that he says to the demon.
Fuck me. Firefist.
So
World
his full name is actually Leorvine Ukris, but he is known as Firefist because of his plasma gun that exploded.
Oh my god.
Leorvine Ukris, there you go. Firefist. You love him, don't you, Ben?
Oh my god. Where's his name? Oh, this guy. Right. Looking in the wrong bit.
Right.
Fuck me.
So here we go. The Talons of Horus. So he's talking to the demon. The demon's trying to get him to do stuff, and he says, "I think I shall not do as you demand this time, Kaon. I shall eat your meat and drink your soul, and we will see what happens then." See what happens next.
Wow.
Yeah. He threatens to eat and poop his demon friend. both were true.
Both true. Oh my god, you got me again. That's it. We're even now. Scores are no. You're in the lead now. I think
What?
that means. I think we were even before this one.
Oh my god.
I did not trick you with Malekith lore, and you fucking got me with the double true.
The double truths.
Although you've played your card now.
Yeah.
No more doubles until after Christmas.
Yeah, geez. Ooh.
Oh my god.
But
Bam. That was some good double Lorehammer.
But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I didn't want to like really say it, but I'm sure.
I nearly went double false.
Really, I wish you had. That would have been so good. But yeah, I bet a lot of people have heard of crotalids because I've been recently watching the Emperor text-to-speech thing.
Oh yeah.
And was just like going through the playlist and was just scrolling through it, and I saw like right at the bottom, one of his fucking videos is just called Crotalids, and was like, oh shit, because I've been sat on Crotalids for ages.
Right, and then you were like, oh shit, Ben might have seen this.
And then when I was like digging around on looking at like Xenos creatures, they're in like loads of thumbnails of lore videos because
Oh
the
shit.
teleporting crocodiles it's nonsense. They're
It is, yeah, it's just fucking bananas.
absolutely wacky, and so everyone has fucking heard of.
Everyone's talking about it. I can't believe I've never heard of these boys.
Yeah, they're very, very memey, very fucking stupid.
Wow. There it is.
Colonica.
I've never even heard of a pleasure world in 40k because that's too nice.
Yeah, I was reading about pleasure worlds a little bit. I think imagine like what was it called? Cloud9 in Battlestar Galactica. There was the one like pleasure ship.
Yeah, it's just like a nice park and a spa and stuff.
Yeah, and there's just like very pretty worlds that people go hang out.
Wow,
Yeah, man, there you
amazing.
go.
You
Well
got
played.
me. Good job.
Well played.
Ah, man. Well, don't forget to leave a like if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, holy shit.
And we'll see you next week for more Lorehammer or Yourhammer.